My name's Taylor, and I've been traveling and working remote for the last year and a half. I've gotten beauty treatments all over the world in places like Croatia, Spain, Edinburgh, London. In today's video, I'm getting 6 different beauty treatments in Amman, Jordan. We're in the Middle East, baby. The Middle East has a massive beauty market, makeup, hair, beauty treatments. A lot of people in the Middle East travel to countries like Lebanon and Dubai to actually get beauty procedures, cosmetic treatments, surgery. So while I was in Amman, I thought it'd be interesting to document getting 6 different things done here and sharing with you how it went and the price differences. Something huge to consider is the cost of living in different countries. So while treatments might seem cheaper to someone from countries like Canada or the US, salaries in Amman, Jordan are also much cheaper, and a lot of people actually have to go to Saudi Arabia or other countries to get a better salary. But I hope you enjoy this video while you're watching. If you want to see more travel videos like this, you can subscribe to stick around. But here we go, beauty treatment number 1. So up first is the daith ear piercing. The reason why I wanted to get this is because it's not confirmed, but some people say it has helped with their migraines. Basically, the idea is that similar to acupuncture, it can actually calm down your trigeminal nerve or your vagus nerve. I have other things going on, so this wasn't like I'm expecting it to take away all my migraines, but I'm kind of like, why not? You know, if it like calms them down a little bit.
I have no voice.
Yeah, my voice was like totally a goner this day. So anyways, heading to the piercing place. After doing some Google research, this is where I decided to go. There are much cheaper piercing places in Amman, just FYI, but I wanted to go somewhere where the piercer had a lot of experience. This woman had 10 years of experience, the owner who was doing the piercing. And I had read a few reviews, I think, mentioning the daith piercing. The inside was really nice and clean. They gave us tea or coffee. One of the things in a lot of other countries is that the jewelry is included. I noticed that. I did some research and found that in a few different countries to be the case. In the US, it's usually that the piercing is relatively cheap, but then the jewelry is super expensive.
So they put, can't even hear me, so you talk.
So they actually put numbing cream on my ear, which I've never had done before for any piercing. Local anesthetic, like numbing agents, don't do anything for me. My body doesn't respond to them, but we're doing it, you know. And I'm not sure if they do that for all piercings or just the daith one, because I know the daith can be a little bit more painful than other piercings.
And she drinks tea.
So I have a big, massive, like red bloody spot on my ear, as you can see. It's a burn from when I used my hot pack on my neck and head, so just ignore that. My ear's not looking cute today, but she's rubbing off the numbing cream and then going in. I don't know, I have a high pain tolerance, so I would say, yeah, this one I did feel more than other piercings I've had. I still thought it was like manageable. I felt everything. It wasn't actually numbed, but it's, you know, any piercing is quick. I mean, it's like pain for a couple seconds. The owner is the one who does the piercings, which I really liked. She's been doing it for over 10 years, and I told her it was for migraine, so she said she tried to get like really deep in there to make sure that she hit the right nerve. If you're getting it pierced for migraines, she said to do the side that you predominantly get yours on. Mine's switch. I would say mine's actually mostly on the right side, and I got the left side pierced, so I might go back and do both sides, which she recommended. I was a little worried about sleeping with my neck, and I will say out of all the piercings I've slept on, this one is actually the best because it's so deep in the ear. It's not really like directly hitting the pillow. And I have gone to other piercing places who actually like turned me down for the daith piercing because they said there wasn't enough like room with my ear shape. So I feel like that speaks to her talent because she was able to get in there and do it. So this isn't really like a piercing for looks, and my ear, obviously, I apologize, looks nasty, but here it is.
Alright, so it's another day. I'm slowly getting my voice back, but I'm about to go ahead to get my nails done. Here's the before, just grown out. So normally I do acrylic fill, and these are just my natural nails now, like the tips just grow out, but I like doing acrylic fill because then I don't have to drill off the entire nail, like powder every time, just fill it. But I think what they're going to do at this place is take it all off. Depending on the country, a lot of places don't do acrylic fill, so it just depends. I think they're going to take it all off and then redo and do like just gel kind of thing. But this place looks really cool. It's called Juva. I think it's new. Nail art and mocktail bar. So I'm all there for that. Looks really pretty on the inside. Here we go.
So the mocktails are extra, but it's cute. They have a whole little menu. And the girl is actually, she's lived in America and then opened this salon in Amman. And I loved the technique that this girl did. She was like so precise. She really took her time with the manicure. She literally took like 30 minutes on the manicure, just like trimming my cuticles and stuff. She ended up removing the acrylic, then doing kind of like her own mixture to create like a thick base similar to acrylic, and then put gel polish over top with the white chrome. I really love how it turned out. Love the white chrome look. There are cheaper places in Amman that you can get your nails done for probably like 10 JDs less, but I really enjoyed the salon overall. The people were really friendly and I would totally go back here. Okay, I just got my nails done. I'm in Sarah's pharmacy vlogging here. But here's the nails, glazed donut nails. They did it a little differently. She mixed like a top coat with the gel polish and then did a few layers of that and then put the chrome for top. But I think they look really nice and just like natural. I like the shape and everything too. The total was 37 GD, so it was 32 I think for the removal and then the gel polish, and she did a really good job on the manicure too. I think it was 5 GD for the chrome. We just ate some burgers. We're at Sarah's work. Okay, so it's another day. We are now headed to the next appointment. I'm gonna do a touch up on lip filler. The last time I got it was in December in Ireland, and it was just like a small amount. I like the Russian technique and just like a small amount in my upper lip. I think she put like barely any in my bottom lip last time. It is so much cheaper to do it here than in the US. And then I'm also gonna get just touch up on Botox. I don't do anything crazy. I just, you know, do a little bit. Here we go. Not feeling great, so sorry I'm not super enthusiastic right now, but here we go. Let's go get some filler. So my body metabolizes filler extremely fast. Like it basically almost goes away within about 4 months-ish, 3 months sometimes, depending on the substance used. Here's a before of my forehead so you can see the lines. Especially with something like filler injectables, you want to make sure you're doing your research, find a place that is reputable and that has good reviews and that you can trust. And a lot of places, by the way, on Instagram have like 50,000 followers, and then you go to the Google reviews and they have like 3 stars. So make sure you're really double checking and looking into the place that you're going.
Explosion. Movie. Lion King. Yeah.
So we sat down, had a whole like consultation. Then for the lips, he decided to go with stylage because he said that the substance is a little bit thicker and might stay in my body longer. To get the kind of look you want, especially if you're doing this in another country, I would say show them photos because maybe there's like language barrier stuff, and just to make sure you get the results you want, no matter where you are, I would say show them photos. And before you find a place, make sure you check their photos and make sure they do a style that's what you're going for, because there are a lot of different looks with lip injections especially, and you want to find someone who does the look that you want. And the results right after aren't going to be the final results. It usually takes 1 to 2 weeks really for it to fully go down and look what it's going to look like. So right after, it's going to look like a little ducky, a little intense. It's not going to look like that. But I really liked this place. He really took his time, talked through everything. I was in there for I think an hour total, which is rare. Usually like places you're in and out within like a half hour. So he really took his time. You'll see the final results in a couple weeks. Once everything goes down, I show you how it all kind of settled. But Botox also takes what I think like 3 to 5 days for it to start kicking in.
Oh my god, I look scary. So this is right after. It's gonna look like this, like way too much right now. Like it definitely looks like super, you know, swollen and ducky. This is not the final, oh wait, let me turn. This is not the final look at all. Don't judge it by this right now. It'll go way down. And I also get really swollen like a few days after, like more swollen and bruised, and then it'll get better. But I've never used the kind that he used today, PSA. I'm also on prednisone right now, which also makes your face like super puffy. So we'll just wait for the final results here. But he was really good. He was good though. He took his time. Oh, there we go, light. Hopefully the final results look good. Definitely looks scary right now. For now, the side profile is not too bad. Like compared to when I got Juvederm in Chicago, ooh, that was the worst. That was bad. But yeah, I think it's hopefully look good in a few days.
So the US usually charges by unit, whether it's for lips or for Botox, and most other countries charge more of like a flat price situation. It can be super dependent on the city you're in within the US, but I just wanted to give you some figures. Time for hair. So I just felt like I really needed a cut. I found this place on Instagram and I really liked this one stylist, his work, so I specifically asked for him. But I just want a all over color because I had some like red pieces coming through underneath, cut. And then in Jordan they do charge extra for a blow dry. I have to preface this by saying this salon was definitely one of the more bougie and high price salons. You could get what I got done for about half the price, and I would say that's like the more average price. You'll see at the end. One thing that's different between the US and Jordan is a lot of these salons do all-in-one. So they have like nails, hair, makeup. It's kind of like an all-in-one spot for if you're going to an event, a wedding, whatever. You don't have to go to multiple places to get everything done. You could just literally do it all in the same place, which is brilliant. So I don't know if it was the color that they used or just the products afterwards, but I will say my hair felt much more dry afterwards than I've ever had it feel after like coloring it. And I don't know if you can tell here, but I feel like it looks kind of dry too. But I want to find this brush online. I'll link it down below if I can find it, but it's the smallest rolling brush I've ever seen. And it was so cool how he did this. So he did a few passes with the blow dryer just to get it smooth and then use this as like a curling wand basically. I like the final style. I was still cheaper than the US, like what I would pay in Seattle at least. It really depends on the city though. Like I know if you're getting this done in like North Carolina, it'd probably be a similar price. Really like just like watching how he styled it, I was like, whoa, learn something new every day, you know? Not all women wear hijabs in Jordan, but one thing that's really interesting is that most salons will actually have a separate area where it's women only. So if you are someone who wears a hijab, you get your hair cut by a woman. Looking at Instagram though, it seems like the vast majority of stylists, at least the ones who are like really popular or at least like active on social media, are men for whatever reason. And a lot of the makeup artists are men too. It's the final beauty treatment here and it's lash time. Finally, I'm so excited. We both have been looking forward to this. Sarah's getting hers done too. The lashes, I would say, are like the biggest difference in price in a lot of different countries. London, the lashes were literally half the price of the US, which is interesting because the cost of living there is really high. Wow, I look really scary. Also, had a migraine this morning, so I was like trying to cover up the redness on my face, but didn't do eye makeup and put brows on, so we're looking wild. Washed my hair, like I want like very short on the inner part and then just like the lifted, you know, cat eye kind of look. So here we go. I'm actually not going to show the name of the place I went because we had an interesting experience. It's just her. It's not like she works in a salon, so I don't know. I don't want to put her on blast here. Lash extensions are so interesting. It's one of the things in other countries that are so much cheaper, like literally a third of the price. Even in London, it's like half the price of the US, and I think that's really interesting because London has a similar cost of living to some major cities in the US. So it's interesting that even then the lash extensions are still like half the price, but wait till you see how much lash extensions are in Jordan. But we showed her photos of what we wanted. One thing that's a little strange is this girl, when we got there, she told us that she doesn't do fills. I've never heard of that before. So basically she said in 3 weeks, come and I'll do another full set. Like in 3 weeks, you should be able to fill the lashes. They shouldn't be off enough to the point where you need to do a full set. So either she's just charging for full set pricing, but really doing a fill, or her lashes don't stay a full 3 weeks. She also told Sarah to never like wet her lashes, like basically never wash your eyes, which I've also never heard and also seems kind of gross. Obviously after you want to wait like 24 hours. I usually actually wait 48 hours to be honest after I get lashes done before I wet them. But then you go in with a, you know, lash kind of wash and you have to get in there to remove like the natural oils or else I feel like the lashes just fall off faster.
Oh my god.
This actually, that's not what it looks like. That's not what it looks like. This is making both of ours look more dramatic, I think.
Really good.
We got our lashes done. It was an interesting experience.
The other part, the other side, I mean. She was like, the baby hair, they don't put lashes on because it will ruin the hair.
The outside ones?
The hairs that are just came out. Like the tiny ones, she can't put on them. But you have in the outer corner some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
What about me?
I found the girl on Instagram and her photos looked really good. It was in her house. You walk in and the mom is like on the couch watching like a soap opera super loudly, and then the girl has like the thing set up to the other side, which is fine, whatever. She had like 5 cats, literally. Sarah enjoyed the cats. Sarah went first. She did a good job on Sarah's, like she took her time, everything. And then Sarah left to go to work, and so it's just me and her and the mom. Halfway through the lashes, probably, mom gets a phone call. There's like an angry guy. They're Russian, by the way. They're Russians like living in Jordan. The mom gets a phone call from a Russian guy like yelling on the phone. She starts yelling back. They start like fighting. She starts crying. She's in the living room. She runs into the back room like behind where I was and starts like hysterically crying. The guy's yelling, and then the girl doing my lashes is like, hold on, I gotta go. And so she goes. They're all yelling in the back room. I can hear everything. It's in Russian, so I don't know what they're saying. Oh, just a whole thing. She comes back out, takes a smoke break at one point too, which it's super normal here, by the way, to like smoke inside the house. Every time besides the last time I got it, usually my eyes will burn a little bit. They'll kind of like fan it off during the middle of the process, kind of like cools it off and then lets the glue dry. The glue I have on right now, my eyes are like super burning. As she was doing it, I like asked if she could fan off my eyes, and she was just like, no, I'm working. I was like, cool. Anyways, I think maybe like once I have the rest of my makeup on too. I don't know, we'll see. I will report back tomorrow. All right, so I wanted to do a close-up of the lashes and also give you a lip update since it's now been 8 days since I got the lip filler. So first let's start with the lashes. There are other places in Jordan that are like actual salons that do lashes for about the same price or even cheaper, but it wasn't the style that Sarah and I both wanted. They do more of like the very natural, just like very basic kind of classic set is what like all of the salons we were finding did. So update on the lips, and also I forgot about the Botox, but update on both now that it's been about 8 days. So here's how much I can now frown and raise compared to, here's the before and the after. And then the lips I'm now very happy with. I was worried there for a second. They got real swollen and real ducky looking. Now I'm happy with them. I think there's like nice lift right here. They don't look like too much, I don't think. I do have one little like bump right here that I think will go away. Luckily it's like right at the bottom so you can't super notice it, but I'm curious to see if this filler lasts any better than any of the other ones I've tried. I've tried Juvederm, Restylane Kiss. What was the hyaluronic acid one they used in Ireland? He specifically used this filler because he thought that it might versus the other ones they normally use. He said he doesn't use this one as often, but I actually do have 0.2 milliliter that I can go back and use before I leave. I don't know if I'm going to, I might. He was like, you know, I don't want to do it too big, so just see how it settles and see if you end up wanting to use that little bit more before you go. So, but the cost of lip filler is one of the things that there's just such a big price difference. I mean, literally what, a fourth of the price pretty much, a third of the price. Chicago is super expensive when it comes to beauty treatments in general and like filler injectables. The most expensive, like more than New York, and a lot of places in Chicago also try to sell you these like package things where they don't just do lip filler or they don't just do Botox. They try and like bundle it with all this other filler for like $3,000. Like I remember calling a few places when I was there and I was just getting like insane quotes. So I don't understand, Chicago's like super expensive for fillers, but definitely gonna be getting my lips done in Jordan anytime I can. But hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting or helpful. If you enjoyed, I would super appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up, and please let me know down below where you live and what the estimated cost or like average cost you think these treatments are by you. I'm so curious to see where you live, what country you're in, what city you're in, and what the cost is. Let me know if you want to see this video again in a different country and where you think I should go. But love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.